The world is slowly adapting to a reality where the word free trade is losing all meaning. What was once an era of globalization, trade agreements, and open markets is now turning into a battlefield of tariff, trade barriers, and economic nationalism. And leading this new chapter in global trade are two very different responses, one from China and another from European Union to the aggressive trade policies of the United States of America. Recently, US President Donald Trump threatened an additional 50% tariffs, 50% tariff on Chinese goods, intensifying an already bitter trade war between two of the world's largest economies. And China's response? Crystal clear. It has accused the US of, and I quote, pressure, threats, and blackmail, and made its intention loud and clear: it will fight till the end. China's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ling Jian summed it up perfectly. He said, and I quote, tariff wars have no winners and protectionism has no way out. Chinese people don't make trouble but are not afraid of it. Pressure, threats, and blackmail, these are not the way to deal with China. This is what the spokesperson said. China swiftly retaliated with a 34% tariff on US goods in response to the earlier tariffs and warned of even more actions if the US escalates further. And escalate it might. Trump has already threatened to raise overall tariffs on Chinese goods to a staggering 104% if China doesn't back down. This isn't just about goods and services, you try to understand. It's about power, pride, and influence. China believes backing down at this point of time would make it look weak and give US more leverage, more power in the future negotiations. But while China is digging in for a long fight, the European Union, on the other hand, is taking a very different route. Initially, the European Union, had also threatened retaliatory tariffs against the US, but very quickly reality seems to have set in. The EU is now signaling that it is open for negotiations and does not want to escalate the trade tensions. Why? Perhaps because the European Union, the EU, has realized that in this new world order, it isn't as powerful or as influential as it once thought. The European economy is far more fragile compared to China's manufacturing giant, China's manufacturing economy. The EU is heavily dependent on exports and cannot afford a full-scale trade war with the United States of America, especially at a time when internal divisions, a slowing economy, and geopolitical crises are already weakening its position in the world. While China is preparing for a long-term economic fight, the European Union has quietly taken a step back, preferring dialogue over confrontation. But this divergence in strategies is shaping the new world order in trade. The aggressive, unpredictable policies of the US and President Trump are forcing every country to re-evaluate, rethink their place in the global economy, in the global equations. Billionaire investor Bill even called this potential trade conflict, and I quote, an economic nuclear war, warning that business investments will freeze, customers will pull back, and the US's global reputation could take decades to recover from this. And as things stand, the world is watching closely. China is preparing for battle, the European Union is preparing for negotiations, and everyone else is preparing for the impact.